Hi there, this is Mr. Jones, and I'd like to help you with writing an equation. Now remember, an equation is an algebraic expression that contains an equal sign. So equation, equal sign. For example, 3 plus 2 equals 5. There's a very simple algebraic expression that contains an equal sign. Okay, and that's therefore an equation. Now if the expressions on either side of the equal sign have the same values as it does above, then the equation is said to be true, and vice versa. Okay, if the equation is true, then I know that the expressions on either side have the same value. Okay, now an open sentence is an equation that contains one or more variable. All right, and that's the type of equation that most often we're going to be dealing with in algebra, because it's something that we'll need to find the value of the variable for. Okay, for example, suppose a video store sells DVD movies for $19.99 each. Right, what equation would you use to express the total price P of a given number X of movies? Right, you're buying X number of movies and you want to know an equation for the total price. Now let me give you just a hint. If you have a problem like this, mentally start with buying 2 movies, then 3 movies. Right, 4 movies if you need to, and that will give you a pattern, and perhaps that will help you to clarify what type of equation you'd use. Okay, why don't you look at the examples that I've given you, A, B, C, and D, and use the variable values that I've given you above, and see if you can pick the right equation, right, and simply select from A, B, C, or D.
That's right.
All right, well, if you bought 1 movie, of course it's $19.99. If you bought 2 movies, you would have 2 times $19.99. If you bought 3 movies, 3 times $19.99. So you should have selected C as the proper choice. Okay? It's the number of movies that you bought multiplied by $19.99 that gives you the total price. All right? Now let's look at the process of going about writing an equation for that. I want to begin by relating what I'm given into words. Okay? The total price is, now when you see is and you go to write an equation, that's going to translate to an equal sign. Okay? The total price is $19.99 times the number of DVDs bought. Okay? Once you've done that, then you go ahead and define the variables. Now you don't have to select the variables that I chose, X and P, but what I did is said X is the number of movies, so I let X equal the number of DVDs purchased, and then I let P equal the total purchase price. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is take what I've related in words above to write it into an algebraic equation. Okay? Total price, remember, right here, we used P to represent that. So P is equal, P equals $19.99 times X. Now I don't need to use the times symbol. I can simply use parentheses for multiplication. Okay? So there's my equation. And remember, of course, that any algebraic equation can be turned around. 19.99 times X is equal to P would be perfectly acceptable as well. Okay? Well, now suppose the same video store sells its videos for $14.99, and of course the DVD for $19.99. See if you can go through the process that we've just done above and write an equation for what the total cost would be of buying Y videos and X DVDs. Okay, you're buying an unknown number of DVDs, X, and an unknown number of videos, Y, and see if you can write an equation for that expression. Okay, now I'm going to take a pause, take a break, and when you're ready to come back and look at the process with me, just go ahead and hit continue. Okay, well, let's see if we can scroll down here and find out what the process looks like. Okay, when I relate the total price is, I have 2 things happening, don't I? $14.99 times the number of videos I bought, plus 1999 times the number of DVDs. Okay, so now I have three unknowns, don't I? Let X equal, or let P equal the total price, as we did above. X is the number of DVDs bought, but now Y is the number of videos bought. Okay, so when I write that as an expression, I'm going to have P, the total price is, so P equals $14.99 times Y plus $19.99 times X. Okay, so there's my equation. And that should give you a good head start on learning to write algebraic equations. So study this a little bit if you need, and then you'll do fine.